Good afternoon. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, our Lekki Department, co-comrades and able viewers. I am Queen Mrs. Solution, alive from Shasha Alimosho branch. I have a case of domestic violence reported by one Mrs. Josphine Ogene against Mr. THIMOTHY EJOOR. THIMOTHY Ogene, please, the parties are live in our office for a peaceful resolution. Please join us as we interview them. Follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, and visit our website on www.hdec.org.ng. Thank you. Okay, madam, can we hear from you? Why are you here?
Good afternoon. I'm here. My husband has been beating me since we got married, so that is why I came here. So we have children. The children is not taking care of them. January this year, I traveled to the village.
Go ahead.
January this year, I traveled to the village. When I came back, my husband told me that the mother said that I beat her. So he threw my load outside. He threw my load outside. When he threw my load outside, I brought people to come and help me to beg him. They beg him. He allowed me to stay. Then after 2 weeks, he also pushed my load outside again. And since then, he drove me away from the house. It's only my children that are there. Apart from that, since we got married, he has been beating me. Before he will pack my load outside. No more than.
Who is eating that?
It's my other. No more that he will not beat me and send me out of the house. Every time I will be sleeping up and down, sleeping with other families. When he did it, he will beg me to come back. He will beg me, sorry, that I should come back. If I come back,
the microphone where I'm facing me here. Do you put any person by your corner there?
Every month, since we got married, every month he always beat me and send me out of the house. If I come back, he will be begging me to come back. When I come back, he will beg me. Then I will stay. Before you know, after a month, he will still beat me again and send me out of the house. I'll be sleeping up and down. Since we got married. So this year, this January, he pushed my load outside. I begged him. He asked me to, I brought people home to beg him. So he allowed me to stay. After 2 weeks again, he pushed my load outside. After I pushed my load outside, he began to beg me to come back. I said, okay, I'm coming. That I did not leave my children. I will come and stay with my children. But I wanted to sign an agreement that he will not be beating me, will not be pushing my load outside. He said that he's a man of his word, that I cannot control him. So after 2 weeks, he called me. I said, I'm coming. The day Anna said that I'm coming to the house, he said that I should not come again, I should not come again, I should not come. That he doesn't want me in his house. In that process, my children told me that he has a woman that he's sitting down with. He has a woman that is sitting down with, that used to romance the woman at the beer parlor beside our house. So one day I came to the house. I said I came. My son said it's not feeling fine. So, and I said I want to take them to church. After I took them to church, then I will take my son to hospital. When I came, he drove me out. He said I don't have the right to see my children again. That I should not near the compound. If I want to see my children, I should use phone and call them. I should not near the house again. So I came here. I said I want my children. I want justice to be done. I want my children. Since he said I should not see my children again, he doesn't want me to come near the house. I want my children. And he is not stay at home with the children. He always leave. He will leave home early in the morning at 6 o'clock and came back around 10 o'clock in the night. It's only my children that is walking up and down. If they are going to church, it's only there. Now he now told them that he's going to church at VI. Only he will go to church. My children, they will go to Catholic church. They will not see anybody. They will stay at home till 10 o'clock. Every day we leave home as 6 o'clock in the morning and came back around 10 o'clock. Nobody to talk to the children. The children will tell me that they are lonely. It's so late that I should call back. I said, I want to call back. Your daddy says he doesn't want me in his house again. So since then, my children, they are crying that they are lonely. Only the house, no light. I don't want anybody. There are boys around. I don't want any boys to pregnant my child. So I don't want my son to become a wayward child. So that is why I came here.
Are you people married or you just live together?
We have married for 20 years. This December will be 20 years. We married 2001 December. So this December 23 will be 20 years.
How old is your first child?
My first child is 70 years old.
And where is it? Boy or girl?
Girl.
Where is she?
She's at. She went to work. She's learning how to do makeup.
Is she not in that house?
She's in the house.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
How many girls?
2 girls and 1 boy.
The last girl is how many years?
30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
Give phone to the man. Let him respond. Oga, take that. Give him that mic. I asked her to give you the mic. Sit down. You don't need to stand.
Good afternoon, madam.
Afternoon.
It's my great
Use
pleasure.
the mic properly.
It's my great pleasure coming to honor your invitation. I'm so happy that we got to this level. Sincerely, I got married to her traditionally and even in the church. Traditionally, it's 20 years. By December this year, it will be another 20 years for church wedding that we had. She have always said it, that the day we meet on Judgment Day, I will cry and shed tears. Eventually, today is the day. I glorify God for that. December, in order not to go too far, December last year, I was one who personally took she and her first daughter to the park, said them, pay their transport down home. When they got home, we were communicating on daily basis how things were going. Just on the early hours of on the first day of January, I woke up because I went to bed early. I saw several calls from her and my mother. They were calling intermittently. I became very afraid. What happened? I tried reaching her, and nobody did go. And I called my mother. What happened? That people were calling me late hour yesterday night. My mother told me that, look, that she's disappointed that over all these days I have not reached out to her. I said, what happened? Disappointed? He said, has your wife not told you she's looking for her pint? I said, pint? He said, yes. That they said she's complained that they stole her pint. And for the past 3 days now, the news has gone round. People are even calling from other places, asking what is the problem. And she have notified all her family members and everybody around her. I said, look, my wife part cannot get missing in that place. Whatever happened to that part must be provided. You must do something because I still have you alive. My wife part cannot be stolen. And nothing must happen. My wife part cannot disappear.
Who were you telling?
I was not talking to my mother. So she has to do something. And I asked her, what has she done so far for the past 3 days that I'm not aware that this has been happening? She said she said she is going to evolve twins into the matter because she's a twins. I said, what has she really done? What is the position? What are the findings for now? Says she doesn't know how much she has gone, but she has invited other members of the family that visited the compound that were there in the house to ask them about it.
Did she watch the penthouse?
I don't know. Up till now, I will get to that. And that's okay, no problem. And I caught that my mom. I call her back. And I call her again. After about 3 attempts, the phone now, the call now went through. When the thing got through now, and I said, good morning. I learned you are looking for your pint. And you didn't tell me for how many days. And I have been told that they have asked everybody that has been present in the house, and you say you are going to involve twins. Say, why is this your useless mother always telling you lies? I said, what did you mean? I didn't say I was going to involve twins. I was telling
your mother, useless mother, in English and in your language.
In English, that why is it that she only said she's going to involve she's a twins, that her parents cannot miss like that. I said, okay, my mother said you say you are going to involve twins. Are you not saying that you told my mother you are a twins? So, however, your pint that is missing, I was when I introduced you to this family. If your pint is missing, I should be the first person to be notified, to be informed. Because whatever happens to you, I am the one that will be responsible. He said, can you hear somebody talking? In fact, when last did you put yourself in the mirror and look at yourself? Look at me. Between me and yourself, don't look at me. Do we resemble in any form? Are we in any form have that resemblance? You talk to me as if you are a man. Are you man enough? Look at what I made a mistake coming to your house.
John.
Why did I marry this animal? This idiot started calling me names. That was first discussion we had on January 1st. I called the call. After which, I continued with her. We started chatting. I put that one aside.
John.
I was one I forwarded their transport to come back to Lagos. I sent the transport. She came back to Lagos. I welcomed her. I was the one I even went to.
Go ahead.
I was one I even went to Becca to go and pick her and her daughter down to my house. The first night.
I say continue.
Okay. The first night, she didn't tell me anything, no explanation. Second night, no explanation. Third night, no explanation. The fourth night, I now call her attention. I said, come. All that happened, I told, sorry, why that let me play back a bit. While she was looking for that pint, my daughter, who traveled with her to the village, she now asked that my daughter to remain EJOOR and not to come outside and relate with anybody again. One of the days, my daughter-in-law, that is my younger brother's wife, came and kind of called my daughter out. Come outside, come and play with us. You know us, we are not strangers to you. If I look at your grandmother, is even seated. If I thought you don't want to play with anybody, you should play with your grandmother. You know your grandmother very well. That one did not answer her. That one kept quiet. Immediately her mother returned, told her mother, which is the daughter now told her that my daughter-in-law came to invite her to come and play with her and her grandmother. She fled. She fled up.
Tell us exactly what transpired that you have been beating her. You are telling me stories.
We need to tell you stories because it has been stories.
Don't tell me story because I have other people to attend to.
Thank you.
Don't tell me story.
Yes. And she ended up beating up my daughter-in-law and my mother as well.
How?
Physically. Assault.
How? Who confirmed that?
You can call any of them. And
I say, who confirmed that?
There are people in the villages. There are people in the villages that I have their number. You can call one or two of them.
Okay.
So, and when she trying to hit my daughter-in-law, that my mother came in between. No. This shouldn't happen. She went on. I was hitting both my mother and the woman. So even when I still went there, even when I still went to beg her when she arrived Lagos, after sending transport to them, I brought them to the house. The first night, the second night, the third night, the fourth night, and I called her when I returned from work. I said, come, everything that transpired at home, you did not even bother to call me. I said, look, this was what gave back to all those whole things that happened. Why? What happened? He said, if it's about beating your daughter-in-law, I have not started beating her. I can still go back to her husband's house. I beat her the more. That useless mother, I can always beat her. In fact, let's bet, it's you. I'm the one that will use my hand to kill you. She told me this in English. Then I was looking at her.
In the presence of
And
in the presence of
the presence of her children. Then and that's okay. Okay, what of the other one your pint that was missing? He said, what is your business about my pint that is missing? It's my pint that is missing. I've decided to forget about it. That as at that time, she was on her feet. I said, come, please sit down. I didn't call you for us to discuss so that you can get agitated. Sit down first. Now you are not ready to explain to me after everything that took place at home. I think this marriage has expired. We should call it to an end.
just like that.
He said, is that a problem? Thank God it came out from you. End of February, mark it down. End of February, I'm leaving your house. I said, you said end of February. You said end of February. He said, yes. You said end of February. He said, yes. I said, okay, no problem. Before the end of February, anytime I come back from work, she will attack me. Oh, useless man, you have not thrown my things away. I thought you were man enough. You will fling my things. Useless man, I thought you will fling my things. One day I got angry. I fling her things. She packed her things.
Where are you from?
I'm from Edo.
Edo.
Yes.
And she's from where?
She's from Edo.
Do you people have tradition?
We have.
And you have culture?
We have.
That throwing of a wife that you pay her dowry load out of your house, does it mean anything to you?
It does.
And what does that mean? Let's hear it out.
I don't know. I've not found out. But I know it does.
You've not found out?
Yes.
And you know it does?
Yes.
And you don't know if you throw your wife load out, it may result to your death?
It's not my death. My enemy's death.
Your enemy's death?
Yes.
It can't be your enemy's death.
It must be my enemy's death.
No.
It must be my enemy's death.
So
because if she keeps on telling me to throw her things away on a regular basis.
If throwing of things away will result to your death.
It's not my enemy's death.
That's your enemy's death. Your enemy is not the enemy
throwing the things to me. I'm saying it cannot be me because she can't keep telling me throw my things away every day, and I sit down and keep on watching her.
Listen to me.
Because she's not the one paying the house rent.
Don't shout here.
Huh?
Don't shout here.
No, I'm just putting it out.
I will place both of you where you belong this afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you sound like a learned one, and we will compare you to behave like a learned husband.
Thank you.
If throwing a woman things out of your house,
yes,
as an Edo man, whether you believe in tradition or it means nothing to you, because you call yourself a Christian today. Good. If you give your life to Christ and you feel tradition is meaningless to you, that is to your own faith and your belief. But if you mean it means something to you, and you that is throwing it, you said it means something, and you don't even know what it means, and you don't know if that can affect you, affect her, affect any of the children or anything.
She's requesting for it on daily basis.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Listen to me. Don't interrupt me, because I sit down listening to both of you. Each time I'm talking, don't interrupt me. If this woman asks you, hey, you want her out of the marriage? Hey, useless man. If you really want her out of the marriage, stab yourself. If you did not stab yourself, you are a useless man. And because she keep asking for it, for you to throw her things out of the house, and she's saying if you did not throw it, you are a useless man, you have to stab yourself. That is what it implies by your explanation. Go ahead.
No, you say I should not interrupt you.
I said go ahead. I'm giving you room to talk now. Go ahead.
As I was saying, I threw her things away, and I made her understand. Anytime you want to see your children, you are free to come into I see your children. And don't walk into my apartment. And up to this very moment time, she still come into my apartment, even make me sleeping right on my phone. I have told her, call them or you come around, knock the door. I'm not asking you not to come into the compound, knock at the door, come inside. About 3 Sundays ago, she came and came through the room, came and met me in balcony and had a hammer telling me to report every work she has spent in the family. When I was asking her to leave my front,
Which day?
About 3 Sundays ago, she threw the hammer at me.
Are you a carpenter?
I have hammer. I'm not a carpenter. I have hammer. I have 1 or 2 things. I used to do some domestic job.
She picked it from the house.
While she was coming, I never knew. When I heard her when she came in, I never knew she branched where my things are kept, heard it, and now walked to meet me at the balcony. Okay, after which she came out, was at the back, it was at the ground floor, while I was at the balcony, stoning me, picking stones, throw several stones, over 50 stones at me. She was stoning me there.
And no one caught you.
She was stoning me. She was stoning me.
Touch her. Give me that phone, please. And none of the stone get to you.
Well, some I was pushing them, I was dodging them. Some that I could even use to kind of redirect them.
Peter the Rock.
Thank you, man.
50 stone.
Thank you, man.
No one get to you. You were using the bat of the table tennis bat. You are flinging this one to the left, to the right, to the front.
I said some got to me. I didn't say no.
No one would do 50.
I didn't say
over
no.
50. You didn't even say 50. It's over.
I didn't say
go
no.
ahead. Your story is very sweet.
Okay, thank you. So, which day was that? She came to my house again. I was coming from work. When I was about entering my room.
To your house, I did to you people's house.
To my house, the house I'm paying for. Okay. Because I have thrown her things away. So, while she was about coming out, she almost pushed me down. If not because I had to kind of balance myself, when she pushed, because I never expected her to be at that place by that time. I didn't ask her not to come and see her children. Then she pushed me, and I said, but I told you, don't come into my apartment. You can come, you can invite them outside. He said, I should be very careful, that I should remember she told me that she is the one that is going to kill me with her hand. So now that I'm being invited here, I thank God she didn't kill me. She has decided to come here and report for justice. So I'm here. That is why the least I can tell for now.
How many times have you beaten her since you married her?
She have injured me more than 100 times because she always fight me. I'm not beating her. She always fight me. She always stand me as even more than a man.
Uncountable.
Yes.
So you can't recall the particular one that you beat her on your own.
Beat her. When I'm not a madman, how will I be beating her? It is when I'm talking her, because since we got married, I don't give instruction. She never take any instruction from me. And she's quick to bounce on me.
For 20 years. For 20
I'll be enjoying. That is why I took this position I am now.
Don't worry, you enjoy it. Give her phone. Give her the mic. You know, when you wanted to talk, you just summarize, you cut everything, table. You chop all the story off. Then you not just say, my husband, I went to the village, I come back, my husband asked me to leave the house. My husband beat me since you married, I've been beating you for 20 years. And he asked you to leave, you not go, and he asked you to come, you come. Asked you to go, you go. Asked you to come, you come. This is the theory statement I've heard from you. Have you been fighting this man, yes or no? Because you will visit that house.
No, ma.
You have never fought him before.
No, he's the one beating me every time.
As a madman, he come back, see you started beating him. No, you are forgetting everything.
He has When we get married 2001 December.
I did not ask you a question of that.
I want to.
All this, have you ever confronted him with fight?
No, he's the one confronting me with fight.
So how do we believe now? Because
okay, let me.
He's different confronting you with fight.
Different occasion.
Confronting him with fight. So who is telling truth among
different occasion? Let me tell you how he has beaten me. There's anytime my husband follow me to any of my relation place, my husband will beat me and send me out of the house. I'll be sleeping outside. The first time he sent me out of the house, the mother was sick. The mother was sick, and the mother was very sick. And my brother-in-law that stayed with us was complaining that the mother is sick, that his brother kept his mother quiet. If his mother died like this, if his mother died like this. And I said, what should I do? Now she was saying it in my ear. So that time they were still making call outside. I took 20 naira. Go and make call. Call my mother-in-law. She cannot talk. So she cannot talk. So I caused so my mother-in-law cannot talk.
They are coming.
So my mother-in-law cannot talk. So I went and I called somebody to help me to check her. What is wrong with her? The person told me that she cannot talk, or that I should come and take my mother-in-law to the city, or I come to the village to come and take care of her. I said, okay. So in the evening, when my husband came from work, as I was at the gate, he dropped from the bike. He said, where am I coming from? I said that I went to call now that Mama is very sick. He said, he bring out this phone. That day was Friday. He bring out this phone. He said, on Monday, go to Awuchi, go and collect money and go to hospital. Said, we entered the house. So Saturday, Sunday, I did not see him call the mother. So I now call my senior sister. And I say, my mother-in-law is very sick. Go and check what is wrong with her. If he's very sick, you let me know. Then I call one of his friends. I said, let me go and check. My husband did not tell you that.
Don't go into that. The day you took hammer, what happened? Let me just summarize it.
Okay, when he sent me, the day he sent me away from house, he came. He said that when he sent me away from us, before he even sent me, he said that they are calling him that what am I still doing in his house? What am I still doing in his house? I said, I did not beat your mother. He said they are calling, what am I still doing in his house? And I said, okay. He said I should go. The first time he put my load outside. He came to meet me one day saying, I'll be saying I will pack your load that I'll be saying I'll be pack your load and sit there and it's like I'm lazy. I kept it quiet. In the evening, he carried all this rice bag, all my clothes in the box, all my clothes in the wardrobe, packed them inside rice bag, kept them outside for 3 days. The clothes stayed there. I went to his brother at Ikeja, went to tell the brother. The brother said, okay, we talk to him. The day the brother now talked to him, now said that me and my children, we should go and kneel down and beg him. Me and my children, we need and beg him. He said that, he told me that there's something I've not told you before. That is why I've been doing you all these things. Since I married you, I hate you. I hate you. That is why I've been doing. I said, you hate me? He said, yes, he hate me. I said, okay. One day I was at home, he came. He said, today you are leaving my house. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. He carried hammer. He said, today you will kill me. My children started crying. So the hammer now, he now pushed me out. I went to my neighbor's house to go and sleep there. So I now came in again. I begged him, please forgive me, please. I don't want to leave my children. So there's one day I came home. When I came home, I said, because my daughter fell in the bedroom. The guy said that the leg swelled up.
I believe you are okay.
Yes, that is the day he carried hammer.
Excuse me. You that is talking, is your statement coordinated? What you are saying now, even you that is talking, can you explain what you are saying?
Ma, we have hammer to anytime my husband is beating me, he will carry hammer, cutlass, and Tony Gary to be beating me.
And you remain in that house where there is hammer, Tony Gary, what?
I'll be begging him not to kill me,
Hold on, you'll be begging him not to kill you. I see you use a cutlass on you before.
No, when he's coming, I'll be running.
And you have been running and coming in for 20 years.
I said, I cannot leave my children.
And you finally left the children. How long have you left the house?
He drove me March. Finally drove me away March.
So what are you looking for now? Where have you been staying since March till now?
I don't have where to stay. I'm staying inside my shop.
Inside your shop where?
Where I have a shop in Shaga.
At Shaga?
Yes.
And you go and come back?
No, I look for somewhere where I will bathe. My clothes, they are inside my shop.
Your statement is not organized.
Mom, let me tell you, 3 occasions, my husband.
I asked you only one question. That one question you answer me first. I said that particular day you took hammer, which day was that very day? And what happened that very day? The day you want to hit him with hammer. What happened that very day?
That day he came home. He said I must leave his house today. He carry hammer. I said
no. The day you carry hammer, is that day I'm saying?
I never carry hammer. It's the one carry hammer.
And he hit you the hammer.
No, will be telling me that what he doesn't want to happen. If he happen, he did not mind that he spent the rest of his life in prison. Then my children will be crying. When he raise the hammer up, my children will be crying. My children will be crying. Mommy, they will be crying. He's the one carrying hammer, not me.
The day you were stoning him, what happened that day?
That day I came home. I said that day
they look me here.
That day
and be talking here.
That day I came home. I came to call my children that we should go to my daughter, her leg is paining her. That is why I came home. That let me come and press the leg. When I came, he said, what did I came to do in the house? That he has told me I should not come to the compound. I should stay at the street. If I want to talk to my children, I should stay at the street. I said the leg is paining my daughter. Then he carry hammer. He said today he will kill me. He will kill me. He did not allow me to press the leg. That is the one that carry hammer.
And you not carry stone.
So
answer one thing. Admit one thing, madam. Why is it difficult for you to say the truth? And how do you expect us to judge this matter?
It's the one that carry hammer, not me.
I said stone. The stone sound like hammer?
When the carry.
Which one are you? The day you were throwing stone on him. Which day?
That is the day I'm talking. He's the one that throw hammer at me. When I now reach that stage, me and now carry stone throw at him. He's the one that throw hammer at me.
For more than 30 minutes, you are looking for one to cover what you do. He's the one that carry hammer.
Yes.
The day you carry hammer, what happened? You say he's the one that carry hammer. He's the one that carry cutlass. He's the one that carries turning stick. The day you carry hammer, what happened? You leave that one. You deny that one entirely. Okay. The day you stone now, you say he's the one that carry hammer.
Is that same day?
How many stone do you stone him?
I only saw like 2 stones. I used it to when he throw hammer. Me and I came to downstairs and I carry hammer, throw him at him. And I carry stone and throw at him. I did not carry hammer. It's the one that carry hammer.
You are measuring up already with fights now.
It's the one that carry hammer, not me. The stone I throw at him. When he throw hammer at me, and I carry the stone.
And your children were there?
Yes.
Both of you are a disgrace. Both of you are a disgrace. You are a disgrace to a womanhood. And he's a disgrace to manhood. If for his age he will be speaking English, he work, he married for 20 years, and none of you get sense of humor. You are matured and you have children. You have 17 years child that is almost 18, and both of you are almost grandparents. And you stay in the public throwing hammer and throwing stone. And if you come to that house, this man married you from a home. You throw your things out, not once, not twice. What are you supposed to do? Are you not supposed to take your things to your village and talk to your family to approach this marriage in a proper way? You went and live in a store as if you don't have a home, as if the man did not come from a home, as if none of you have family. You went and live in a store. From store, you started coming home. Then both of you started exchanging hammer and stone in the presence of your children. And that your 17 years daughter, you are expecting her to marry without stoning her husband. You are expecting that your son to grow up and marry without beating the wife. A 17 years girl that is already witnessing domestic violence between you and the father. She grew up seeing what domestic violence is, and it's a normal thing between you, her father and the mother. Till this moment that she's due for marriage, almost due for marriage. None of you have shame. And you that is good in throwing woman load outside, which I know those states are be wherever state you said you come from, have tradition and they have culture. The essence of you marrying a woman, if this kind of a thing happen, you approach the family. Then you take her back to where you married her. You can't stay in Lagos and throw her things out. If you don't want the marriage, take her home. Both of you need to visit your family. Then you address the issue in a proper way. That you are married and you are in Lagos doesn't mean you become Lagosian. You come from a home and you come from family. So if it's an issue both of you cannot resolve, approach the elders. If she's challenging you too much, you know that she's going beyond you as a husband. Tell the family, now that your daughter have overgrown a level of taking instruction from her husband, I want to return her. You people should talk to her more or train her more. Or let her be there for a moment. Or I'm no more interested in the marriage. You can't be in Lagos and be constituting nuisance, embarrassing and disgracing your children, bringing shame to these children for no just cause, because both of you don't have shame. A parent that have shame and have value for themselves and their children, they can't do what both of you are saying. Why would they be having issue with your wife as an exposed man? You don't have alternative way of resolving the issue rather than engaging violence? What if the devil pushed you, you throw hammer at her, or you throw any object at her, or she throw that thing on you, and either of you slump and die? You become a murderer. Then you kill the mother of your children or kill the father of your kids. This have nothing to do with infidelity. My wife is sleeping with men up and down. My husband is sleeping with women up and down. Just minor misunderstanding. You know, this is my mama say, your cousin say, your grandparents say, and all that. How come that some of you that spend some ages in marriage cannot even show good example to singles and young couples that are coming up, that are looking up to you, looking up to your advice, looking up to you, guiding them to live in marriage? Why all this marriage, we are 25 years, we are 20 years, 15 years, and how many years, is becoming hell on earth? We should be copying, emulating you people. These couples have stayed up to 20 years. What did they do that make them to stay up to these years? I think we need to approach them. Let them lead us. Let them guide us. Let them tell us their experience and what it takes to keep marriage to this extent. Do you think this woman, after you chase her now, you marry somebody else or you friend somebody else, the person will not offend you again? Or as she live now, seeing you as somebody that is troublesome, you beat her every day or you quarrel with her every day. If she eventually settle with another man or friend another man or marry another man, does that mean the man will never offend her or shout at her? There is no perfect human being anywhere. You just have to amend yourself to be able to manage who is with you. You are not perfect. Don't expect any human being to be perfect. You are not Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. Don't expect any person right to come close to you. You can only make somebody right if you are right. Ability to tolerate your partner or any other person, it's what makes you to be Mr. Right or Mrs. Right around you. None of us is right. Nobody is right. And nobody is perfect. Unnecessary claim of rights. This say go, the man, this. You are just saying her daughter. Do you have the child before you both of you married? No. You are just referring her daughter, as if the daughter did not belong to you, or is the girl bearing her father's name. You can't even say our daughter. That shows that the unity, the understanding is not between both of you. For your age, if you are walking on the road and somebody say, where is the mother of your children? You say, I've driven away. And they ask her, what did she do? You say, she's not listening to you. If that person supports you not having your wife of 20 years back in your house, the person is not telling you the truth. Because you don't know what that person, that man or that woman is also going through in their house, except they open up to you. If anybody advise you, your husband is useless, you are the best wife, or you are the what is it called? You are so perfect by challenging your husband at every argument. If he threatens you with something, or if he wants to attempt to make you scared of him, you still want to challenge him back. If he use hammer, it's not even proper for anybody to take any hard object to threaten anybody, because devil can use anybody if you are not sensitive in spirit. In the course of you taking that object, if the person you want to use it on try to defend his or herself by attacking you first, you may end up using that object on the person. Or if they die, because you are trying to threaten the person with that, and the person feel okay. Maybe the person respond back to you, your wife respond back to you with a harsh tone. That will prompt you to use it on her, even when you had no initial intention to use it on her or him. If you really want to be in marriage, because I want to talk to you, your husband is not there. I don't see 100% truth from him. Then you said the 70% lie, because you never admit to anything. Your statement was not coordinated. You were not saying anything in the normal way. And nobody can reconcile that thing you are saying, which means all are the basis of lies. You said you want to you want to go and you don't want the children to stay there, don't want any of them to come abuse your children. I know that is what somebody asked you to say. Because if nobody asks you to say that, when he asks you to leave, that you have gone since March, we are in July now, you have spent over 3 months plus, you are sleeping in the shop. Now that you don't want anybody to abuse the children, are you coming to take those children to go and be living with you in that shop, or you have rented apartment where the children will be staying with you?
I have not rented apartment. It's because it's not stay. The children doesn't talk to them. He doesn't. In the morning we leave home early in the morning and come back in the night. That is how he's doing. Once he has given the children the food money, he said nothing concerning.
When the issue was happening, you that left, as he drove you out, you that left to go and be living in the store, that is ego and pride. Why don't you approach the family for them to talk to me?
I went to his brother's place at the Teja. So I went there. The brother said, well, he has talked to me. I went there with the children. So the brother called him. He talked to me. He said I should follow him home. That day, as we were coming home, that was around 10 o'clock. The brother said when we were coming home, he did not pay my transport money. I paid by myself. So the brother said I should beg him. I said okay. When we reach our gate, he allowed the children to enter. When I wanted to enter, he locked me outside. Did not allow me to enter. So the next day, I called the brother. The brother said the next day I should go home. I should go and beg him. The next day I went to. I need her.
Did you beat your mother-in-law?
I did not beat her.
Did you have issue with her when you travel home? I know you would deny that one.
Yes, I have issue with her.
What kind of issue? Because they don't want to say that they do a blame like a rubber baby.
When I traveled to the village, I was looking for my pint. When I call everybody because there are other people stay with my mother-in-law, I said I'm looking for my pint. They said they did not see it. They said they did not see the pint. I said okay. So my mother-in-law called my husband and told my husband about the pint. My husband now called me that I said that I'm looking for pint. I said yes. He now said okay, that I should not worry, that he will he have a man of God that he will go and tell, that he will tell him who took it. I said okay.
Your husband?
Yes.
Your mother-in-law?
My husband. It's my husband that called me and told me. I said okay, no problem. So when Nana came to Lagos,
you did not talk what happened between you and your mother-in-law.
That is what
Lagos, you come here because they have.
That is what happened. So I said that when my husband said okay, he will help me to look for it. I forgot about
what happened. What is the exchange word you have with your mother-in-law?
What I said that anybody that took down my pants, that twist head will fight the person. That is the only thing I said. So my mother-in-law now called my husband. I told my husband, this is what I said. This is what I said. My husband got angry. I said, this is the only thing I said. I did not say another thing. So later on January 1st, so I left my daughter at home. I went to go and collect load because I'm going the next day from my sister. So the brother's wife called my daughter that my daughter is not talking to anybody. Why is it that she don't talk to anybody in the house? My daughter did not answer. So when my daughter did not answer, when I came, my daughter told me, I called her, I said, this girl, you know her now, she's not somebody that talk. And those children that came from Abuja that you said she don't talk to, there are two. You're supposed to tell them to be talking to her. She's only one. Tell her to be talking to. Is she not the one that played your hair yesterday? Is she not the one that trim your eyebrow? You're supposed to be talking to her. Tell her to be talking to all those ones. She just knew. This is the first time of seeing her.
Don't reach
the guy. Because this one, he did not say. That is why my mother-in-law said that I beat her. So I did not. So when I told that one, I said,
who did you fight in the village?
That is what I'm saying. That is
who did you fight?
I did not.
The name of the person.
My husband brother, the wife that talked to my daughter. When Anna came back, that my daughter told me, Anna called her. I said, now that I'm going to Lagos tomorrow, you now know that I'm going to Lagos. When you were coming, you did not tell me that you are coming. I did not know that you are even in the village. She said that. I said, why did you talk like that? You're supposed to tell those people to be talking to my daughter. She's one. There are two. She said that she have right to talk to my daughter. She had right to. She pointed at me and I used my hand to hit her. That is the only thing. I did not beat my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law now called my husband that I beat her.
Who pointed at you?
My husband brother's wife. That was talking to my daughter, that my daughter don't play with anybody, that my daughter is just sitting down on her own. And that is that one that she pointed to me and I used my hand to hit her. And then why you pointing your hand to me? My mother said
use your hand to hit her?
Because of what she said. She said that we came to the village. I did not bring my daughter home. Because my daughter went to do makeup for somebody and we arrived in the village around 10 o'clock. So I took my daughter to the person's house to go and do makeup. So the next day, the morning, my mother now called me that my daughter is in the village. She did not come and greet. I know we arrived late and the girl was waiting for her. And this morning they wake up around 4 o'clock doing the makeup, that when we finish from the wedding, we are coming back to the house. She will stay with you. He said that we stay till before we go. That's what I told my mother-in-law. So because of that, what my mother is not telling me that my daughter came to the village. I did not bring my daughter home immediately. That is what they said that I did. That my mother now told my husband that I beat her. I did not beat my mother-in-law.
Okay. Did anybody precisely tell you that she beat up your mother-in-law, or maybe your brother's wife? Did she react? Let's be sincere, because of God. Did they really tell you that she fought with your brother-in-law? I mean, your brother's wife or your mother? Let's forget. This is a family matter, and we need to treat it with
where the mother of my children got home, And the
when the mother of your children,
yes, she.
you never, as far as you never divorce, you will still respect yourself.
So
and still call her your wife until you perfect the divorce.
When
use
the daughter,
microphone.
when the daughter told her that her sister
No, the
in-law,
person that told you,
this,
did the person really tell you that he beat your mother?
even your mother who was trying to separate them, she has no even, she was even pushed down as well. That's what the person said.
Okay,
if she can push and if she can push down my mother, and if my mother can come in between two of them, and she kept on.
Hold on, this is two fighting. You don't know who pushed among them. Two of them were fighting. So
because she was the one that was beating that one, as she have claimed now. She said it.
She never. She removed the person hand.
Yes, that is the one that beat that one.
You too go and protect your wife. Who you the judge against?
No, I don't have a wife for now. I don't have a wife.
You said
I don't have a wife to protect.
You are not in that place. It's two fighting. So anybody could have pushed your mother down. If at all they actually push your mother down. And another thing, your brother's wife, if she truly have respect for your mother as well, she can't get up from where she stayed to go and be pointing hand on her face.
If she have respect for me, before she decided to raise hand or challenge anybody, she up to call me. By the time her pine got missing, I was the first person she was supposed to be informed. She was supposed to inform.
Yes. Who informed you? Your mother.
It was my mother that informed me. When I called her, she started raining abuses on me. And just to find out what happened.
Your mother,
when I already told my mother that pint, she should go to any length, whether diabolically or whatever, I proved that pint, I don't care. When I heard that she fought her, I did not say anything about it. Even the man of God I met.
Did you later find it?
Even the man of God I met.
I didn't see the pants.
I have to.
So how did you not put the pants that you are looking for pants in the village where other people stay?
The room where I put up, you were the one that built the house. So
okay, that's why the pants miss.
No key on the door. My lord is just inside the room. No key on the door.
Nothing. If actually your pant is missing, nothing will happen to your pants. Anybody that pick your pants, if you use it for anything, to backfire in Jesus' name. The issue we're talking about now, please, I need paper. The call line for this very case is 090 3000 2484. The issue here, madam, you have your own for your body. You need to calm down. If you still want the marriage, I'm not asking any of you to go back to the marriage. If you have stayed for 20 years and you feel you are not comfortable with it and you choose to live on your separate way, you are both adults. We cannot force you people, but we'll tell you people what the law says and how the children will be taken care of. Good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You people reduce the volume again.
Yeah, my name is Grace. I'm calling from Abuja.
Go ahead.
All right, President, I want to greet you. You are doing so well. God bless you for your wisdom and the way you handle issues. Yeah, I just want to.
Well, we'll miss your call. Maybe your credit is finished. Where are these children now? What? You are raising hand.
Yes. Because 2018, this is how my husband sent me out of the house. We went to the village. He always parked my load that side. When we went to the village, they say he should pay goat, that he should stop throwing my load that side. If he throw my load that side, he will call me back. When he call me back,
I don't deserve your the prologue outside. The panel of judges will decide what to do to both of you. So you will listen. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, your name and where you are calling from.
Good afternoon. This is Assistant. Please, the number I called for you yesterday. Is it pick it or should I drop another number?
Madam, please call back later. We're handling case now. Somebody, a man, stop raising your hand. Don't raise any hand again. Did the man say they want the marriage back? Did he say they want you back?
He already have a woman.
So what are you raising? You should go and pay goats to bring you back to on top of another.
No, I want to say I pay goats in the village because of this packing my load out.
Madam, please not disturb me. Make a talk with me on that. Your name and where you are calling from. Hello, good afternoon.
My name is Sweetie. I'm calling from Abuja.
Your name is who?
Sweetie.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Abuja.
Go ahead.
Okay, ma. God bless you for your wisdom and the way you're handling issues. It takes only a wise person to do what you're doing. God will keep you. I want to talk to the woman.
Right.
One of her problems is that she's not even organized, even with her words, to arrange what she's saying. She will talk from here, and talk from there. And again, even if that the woman has misbehaved, the man should not be seeing her daughter. It's still their child.
Yeah.
You understand? It's still their child. It's not her daughter, it's her child. And again, when you now corrected who pushed the mother, mothers can say whatever they like. Mothers can also still be sincere. The man don't know who pushed the mother, if it's the wife or the other woman. But all I'm saying is, let the man forgive the woman if it will be possible, but let the woman organize her words and also learn to control her temper. That's what I have to say. Thank you, man.
Welcome. Where are the children? You're in the house. Where do you work? Where do you work? You are a security man. The Corporate Affairs Commission. What time did you go to work?
I took permission.
I'm not talking about today. What time did you resume work? Every day. What time to what time? 6 o'clock in the morning. So when?
6 to 6.
And you leave the children at home and come back when?
Close 4. I come back before 6 or a few minutes.
Where is the office?
The office.
The way you are working. Where is it?
Alausa.
You come back. So if you call your children now to this place, they will say you come back every day 4 o'clock.
No, I don't. I get to 10 o'clock.
Don't you know that the children need their mother to be trained?
Now, see, their mother find her way.
Find her. You said you drove her out of the house. What is find her way? You cannot throw her out of the house.
Okay, what do I do legally?
Then she will have to be in that house first. If you don't want her, you go to court and file divorce.
No, she
officially.
can pack in. I will leave the place for her.
No problem.
What do I do? I will do that immediately.
Yes. What you do first, she will come back to the house because she needs to be with her children. The last one is too young for either of you to leave the child and go to work or abandon like that. The only thing both of you are still going to write undertaking. Whatever you feel she's doing you are not comfortable with, she will undertake here first. And we are going to give people period of time to study her issue change or not. Then because your traditional marriage is involved, you will still approach the family and why this office will still be involved. One, you are a man, you will still have a say. As tradition demand and even Africa demand, there's no way you have a wife that you don't have right to talk to your wife or guide your wife or protect her against anything that will bring down the name of the marriage or the family. But if there is any issue, just like you made mention, that when her part was missing, she's supposed to contact you, are the one she has to contact first, which is true. She did not contact you, your mother called. Hello, what is that?
Microphone.
You are not the one talking. Then the second one, you also say your when your brother's wife was trying to make trouble with her, she was supposed to call you if she could not, respect your mother. While your mother is there, with the respect of your mother, she should have allowed the whole thing, calm down and leave there, which she did not do, and I also reason with you. Then you are not managing the issue as a man of the house, because you are the issue of throwing her things out and all that is not the best approach to resolve issue. Even if you marry 100 and you still have that kind of manner of approach, you cannot still keep your home. You understand me? So I wouldn't want you to be angry to the extent of chasing her out of the house or you leaving the house for anything. What you are saying, what the issue here is big enough for people to have problems. There is not big enough for marriage to be destroyed. You understand me? So you still have to calm down first. The both children need you. I will not ask you leave your house because the woman have to be there. Your children need you as a father to take care of them. Same way they need their mother to also be with them. So please, let's listen to other bodies for their advice before we finalize. Okay?
I don't know. Am I free to say something?
Let them finish first. Yeah. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're from. Hello.
Hello,
Afternoon.
hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Who is speaking, please?
Okay, ma. I want to contribute. My name is Sayori.
We can hear you. Your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my name is Josphine calling from.
Is the phone on speaker? If your phone is on speaker, remove it from speaker.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, I want to contribute, ma.
Go ahead.
Okay, the issue is this. You are telling them about the idea who's supposed to be, doing others and coming up as far as marriage is concerned. But for this, I think this marriage issue is very important. People say that if home is good, it's woman. If it's bad, it's woman. That is what people believe. But me, I don't see it in that way. It takes people to work together to put things in order. What makes it better is some women lack submissiveness in their marriages. And looking at the man is saying he don't have wife for now because he's angry. And my advice to them is let the man just give her a second child because of the children. The children is now grown up. So if 20 years marriage is contracted, what is the future of those who are still single?
Yeah.
What is the hope? Where are they learning from it? This type of marriage there is not even by how good your marriage is your how that put it is your maturity that will make a marriage to stay. Because they are both are just acting as if they are not matured, or they are very matured. So let the man just give her a second chance and let the woman know how to be submissive. If the woman can be submissive to him, like that of issue of her underwear, you're supposed to tell your husband first.
Yes.
Before you go to your husband's mother. That is showing there is no submissiveness there. There is no respect there.
Yeah.
But let the man just behave like a man because of the children. Because there's nothing there. The man, for any woman is telling him to come now to remind me, he's not going to be easy. 20 days, now it's 20 days, not like 20 months. So if you have been bearing it from then till now, so what is there? So let him just give her another chance. And I know I don't mind will change. And I love the way you talk to them. The way you are talking to them is very good because I don't know what their children will know from them.
Yeah.
So that's in my opinion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I said, I don't know. She's going to check in on. I don't know if I have the right of going into the place so that I will not clash.
I say behave like a man.
So
don't leave your
I want
house.
to
You
go
are
and
a
carry
man.
my bag.
Don't go and carry anything.
I will need time. If it's this
Allow
evening
people
alone,
to talk to you. If
please,
it's not
if
sense,
it's
they want
this
talking
evening
to
alone,
you.
that I
Hold
can
on.
carry my bag.
Hold the microphone there. They don't ask you to take it. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from?
Good afternoon, ma.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hello.
Good afternoon. We can hear you.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. My name is Chinedu Okeke. I'm from the Niger Republic.
Remove the phone from speaker. Remove that phone from speaker. You must not put the phone on speaker.
Okay, ma. Hello, ma.
Go ahead. From
Yes, my name is Chinedu Okeke. I'm from the Niger Republic.
Chinedu from Niger. Go ahead.
First of all, I commend you for all your wonderful work. Honestly, I've never seen like you people. The way you people are talking to people. I've learned a lot from you and your colleagues.
Thank you,
honestly, I really appreciate and I have learned a lot from you. What I wanted to, I said that God will keep on guiding you and giving you more wisdom and knowledge.
Amen.
To continue this your wonderful job.
Amen.
So, sir, what I want to contribute in this matter that I know you know more than I. So, just try to put sense in them. At least for the sake of the children. The woman will try to submit herself to her husband, and her husband also should put her mind, put her temper, or just try to forgive her wife for the sake of children also, because the children they are now little. If they are trying to, if he try to divide the wife, this time I don't know what of the children will be. So let her just as temporary justice situation have mercy on the wife, and then her wife also should try to submit herself. Not everything that it should be. I don't know what I can say.
All right, thank you very much.
Let them just cooperate and try to settle this issue amicably here. And you self, you know more than I. Try to put sense in them. Don't put sense to them. So that
if you call, thank you. Hold on. Chinedu, any of you that is calling, you have most of you that are calling, you are married or you are in a relationship or you are matured. Talk that sense into them. Talk that sense into the man and the woman.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because don't say talk sense into them. Talk to them direct. They can hear you.
Okay, thank you, ma. Then, when I'm trying to advise you people, please and please, for the sake of your children, try to forgive each other, especially the man. Try to forgive the woman. Try to forgive the woman and go back home and take care of your children. Let every one of you, especially the woman, know the way you are talking to your husband. You have to be submissive. So for the sake of the vision of the children. I'm a married man. I have secrets with my wife. So sometimes women talk anyhow, but as a matured man you are, you have to sometimes give them, woman is woman and man is man. Try to be matured. Try to be matured. I don't know how to take it, but how to talk about still 2 or 3 words is enough for the right one.
Thank you.
Please, for the sake of the children. Want to thank you very much,
Thank you.
Let's not keep you.
Amen.
And your colleagues.
Amen.
And may you keep you more wisdom. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen, sir. Thank you, Chinedu.
Thank you, man.
That is the voice of Chinedu from Niger Republic. Your name and where you are calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Your name and where you are calling from?
Your name and where you are calling from? My name is Engineer Williams. I'm calling from Amunos. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Remove it from speaker.
Your name and where you are calling from? My name is Engineer Williams. I'm calling from Amunos. Hello, can you hear me? Remove it from your name and where you are.
Hello?
My name is Engineer Williams.
Engineer William from where?
Hello?
Engineer William from where? Turn down the volume of what you are watching from, please.
Okay, I'm far away from that place now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You are to turn down the volume. You must not listen to yourself if you are talking to. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, madam, for this wonderful job. I pray your own home after in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
This is a wonderful job. I so commend it. My word is very short. To me, I've been following this program since the inception. What I observe is that these couples, like their spiritual life, they don't take it serious. Probably they don't attend the same church, and all of that. Because if they have spent 20 years, they've come a very long way. You understand? So those little things you don't need to pay attention to. So the man, let me just talk to the man straight away because I've been married for 18 years to 20 years now. So, sir, you are the man. There is no woman you want to go and marry now that we have different character from this one. Women from A to Z, they have the same character. All of them are the same.
No, not the same.
So I just plead with you, please be more tolerant. You said something like that you have been trying to enjoy the woman. You've been enjoying her over these 20 years now. So please, sir, embrace her, tolerate her. Women, they will always be women. If you ask us this our geo, what they are facing in their own, you open your mouth, you don't need to close it. Everybody is facing it, so but be more tolerant. Women they are like babies, you pamper them. Sometimes they try to frustrate you. You try and calm her down, manage it, be a crisis manager. Pray together. Families that pray together, live together, stay together. So I guess you need to work on your spiritual life. Don't allow work to carry everything. You will be close to your family spiritually, be close to them emotionally, be close to them, everything. So that is what I just want to share in. God bless you, ma.
Thank you, babe. Point of correction, Engineer Williams. All women are not the same. I'm not like this woman. I know they stole my husband with
Hello, ma.
Can you hear me, engineer?
I'm with you, yes.
I say all women are not the same, and all men are not the same. We only say there is problem everywhere, but all women cannot be the same, and all men cannot be the same. Okay? Yeah. Is your wife behaving like what Mr. Ogene complained? Has he stole you with stone?
No.
That is the reason why we are not the same. We have never said the same. Thank you. Yeah. Your name and where you are calling from?
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. I'm calling from.
Hello. Good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from?
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Italy.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. I said I'm calling from Italy. I'm calling for Italy.
Go ahead. But this number is not each time you see the number you are to call. Not the line you are calling is not for this program. Can you hear us here? Or also missed call from UK. The number you are to call is the only number you are seeing in the screen. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from?
Okay, my name is Mrs. Josphine Ogene. I'm calling from Abuja.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well done, ma. Thank you very much. And concerning the matter of ground, I think both of them have a long way to go for themselves. If they don't try to sit themselves down and advise themselves, I don't think they are married to be able to work for both of them. They are not babies anymore. And when it comes to marriage, they are not even babies. For the woman, so I would like to say her that even my mom, my late mom, she's dead. She told me she got married, she gave birth to me. I'm 41 now. She gave birth to me when she was 16 years old. She was able to tolerate. You understand? Marriage needs a lot of patience. What are you teaching your other children? Your daughter is your child is about 17 years old. Then you're supposed to be a grandmother. What are you teaching her? I'm in marriage. I married. My marriage is about 12 years old now. But I will tell you, it's not easy. Marriage, generally, is not easy. But it requires a lot of patience. A lot of patience. Fighting this in the presence of your children. Do you think they're happy? They are not. As a woman, let me say, a wise woman builds her home. Be a wise woman, madam. No matter what your husband is doing, there are times my husband will just do something that really irritates me. Then I will get angry. He will know I'm hungry, but later I'll say, well, God, take control. Let it go. It doesn't mean I'm so wise, I know it all, but I just want to, because of my children. But if you leave those children, let me tell you, they will suffer. Because I will tell you, I lost my mom when I was 11 years old. I suffered. So I'm just like enjoying, tolerating, and at times there will still be times we will still enjoy ourselves, we will still be happy. You understand? I create that atmosphere myself at times. Please, madam, be calm, be patient. You understand? Tolerating. There are times if you cannot tolerate, just do something that will make you happy. And first, you know, it's that thing that would have caused fight will die away. So my Oga, big Oga, please, sir, we are women. You understand? We don't have strength. We have mouth. If I tell you one word, if you hand yourself for transformer, that's me for you, that's women for you. Generally, there is no good woman anywhere, let me tell you. This woman you are calling a devil. God forbid, if anything happens to her, God will not make mistake again. He will not give you a nice woman. He will give you person who will lead you to your early grave. That was what happened to my father. When my mom was alive, he never appreciated it. He was treating her anyhow. I don't marry, I don't marry my daughter. He was treating my mom anyhow. When my mom died, and he come marry again. The other wife lead him to his early grave. You understand? God be wise. Like one man said before now, men have to be patient. Overlook her character, overlook her bad mouth, overlook her attitude. You understand? Focus on your children. Focus, just try to be happy, Oga. Please help yourself. I'm too small to advise you. You're like a father to me. But then, you still have to listen to me, sir. Thank you very much. Madam, God bless you, Madam President.
Thank you. That is a Joy okay advice from Abuja. Well, you can say that we have other cases to attend. We're only attending 2 more calls, then we'll finalize on this case. Good afternoon, your name and where you're calling from. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
This is Ms. Zike from Ibadan.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, President.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I miss you, the program for a long time. I misplaced my phone.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yes, yeah. So I really want to talk to the two couples there.
Okay.
I think they don't know the importance of marriage.
Okay. Go
They
ahead.
don't know the
Go ahead. They can hear you.
marriage. The woman is she's not submissive enough. You see, in my 28 years of marriage, I learned something from men. I learned something from men. Men are very bossy in the house. So you have to take them for what they have. And one thing, you are a woman, you have 3 children in your marriage. That is the more reason, whatever you are passing through, you should know you are passing it through for your children. You should be more submissive and respect your husband. Men does not like any woman that does not give them respect. I'm telling you this. Our men want respect from us. So when he tells you something, you have to respect him. He told you what he is right now, 20 years of marriage. You should also know, what he wants and what he does not like. When something happens, he's your first person you're supposed to inform and tell him. Even before the mother calls him and tells him that your wife is missing. Why are you keeping it away from him? So you are much at fault. Though the man too is not patient enough for you. As people have been saying, we women, we are very, at times we can be very funny. So it's not anything that we say that you should take action on, Mr. Man. Your look there says that you are not going to agree. Please, calm down. Please, because of your children, both of you should calm down and work on your marriage. The Bible says the family that lives together prays together. Please, you need to be prayerful in your marriage. I want this marriage to come back. It's going to work.
Amen.
Uncle, please. It's going to work out. Don't believe that it's going to work out, and God will help you through in Jesus' name.
Amen. I wish I know how to speak it. Are you being your issue?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then they say no verse for your language. And then they say no verse for your language. When I teach me to, I must speak a day for this marriage today. Thank you, ma. Your name and where you are calling from?
I called again. There was something I want to say.
Again.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me, ma?
Allow other people to call. Now, sure you have called before.
I'm calling from Owerri.
Turn down the volume of your set.
Okay.
Go there. Your name and where you are calling from?
Hello?
The water was
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, President.
Oh, good job.
This is Lucy. I'm calling from United States.
Please speak normal English so that these people can listen to you normal. If you are calling from heaven, speak normal English so that the couples can understand what you are saying.
Okay, are you hearing me very well?
I can hear you very well now.
Okay. I want to talk to both husband and wife.
Thank you.
Just an advice. You both, you're not being a role model to your kids. Because those kids are looking up to you, and whatever they see you guys is what they are going to do when they get married, when your daughter gets married, or when your son gets married. That's what they're going to do. Because children, they grow up with what they see. That's what they will live with. So you're not being a role model to them, and you guys have stayed 20 years together, supposed to have known each other by now. I know that marriage is an institution that nobody gets perfect in, but you guys have stayed 20 years together. So you're supposed to know your wife, and wife supposed to know the husband. Supposed to know what makes the husband upset and all that. And the man, there's no reason why you should lay your hands on a woman. Even though the woman is talking and her mouth is running, there's no reason why you should lay your hands on her. Because we men are interested. So, Oga, please be calming down. Your blood is too hot. Be calming down. Look at your wife. She's a very beautiful woman. Even after 20 years, just look at her. And the woman too. Your husband takes out of the house, calls you back, takes out of the house, calls you back. That means he loves you. He still loves you. He takes you out of his mouth, call you back, he takes you out again, call you back. He still loves you. So please be submissive to your husband. Listen to him, respect him, give him respect. You guys can work this out. And if you can't work it out, then go your separate ways. Go your separate ways. Doesn't mean that you will not be in your children's life. It doesn't mean that you will not be in your children's life. If you can't work it out, go your separate ways. Before one day somebody is going to kill you, you guys are going to kill each other. But if you still want the marriage to work, you guys can still make it work. You can still make it work for your children. Be a role model to them. Don't be selfish. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, when they said if it cannot work, you guys can go separate way. You go make head like this. You be small pikin. Are you a baby? I'm asking you, are you a baby?
That is not the solution. That's where we are.
What is the solution? The what you will do at the moment is both of you should go and reconcile. You can't go to jail.
The door, she has key.
Madam, you will go back to your children.
She has been boasting that she's coming back. And they telling that if you come back, she will bury me. And I will not allow her to bury me.
So nobody.
And I will not allow her to know that I will not. As women, I have the right to friend. I have the right to keep friend.
When you now have that woman, say I should go.
I am ready to enter ground, go and enter house. I will not stay there.
Is it because you woman use charm to hold you?
I agree.
Grandmother, you use charm to hold you.
And the one when I like, as long as you don't tell me, say, go kill me. You don't tell me, say, go and stay there. I thought by now they would have accosted me and sent me to Kirikiri.
I did not say I will kill you. You are the one who said you will kill me. You will kill me. That you don't mind.
Is it how it's going to end? I thought that was why I came. I was not afraid, so that soldier will kill me.
Listen to me. You are abusing my office. No matter what.
I'm not afraid that soldier will kill me.
Which soldier?
I've been job for 20 good years.
What about me? That you have been beaten, throw me out of there every month. I will go and stay outside.
Okay.
I'll be sleeping with other family. It's not what I've been beaten for 20 years.
Now, come.
Yeah?
Come.
When she comes, everything happens.
Eh? She want to fight me now. I tell her to come as usual and to bounce on me the way she has been bouncing on me.
You are the one that want to fight. I don't want to fight you.
Come and bounce on me now.
Okay. What kind of apartment are you staying?
Nah, room apart.
You are doing business, are you? Go back to your children. As you said, you have right to have girlfriend. Yes, it's your right if you so desire. But don't chase her out of the house.
I swear I will not.
No problem. If you hold on, if you say the marriage, you are not satisfied with the marriage, you don't want the marriage again, you are not to drive her out of the house. You follow due process. She'll go and stay with her children. If you choose to take your bag and go out, to no problem. Nobody drive you. Woman right did not drive you. She don't have right to drive you. The house belongs to both of you. Both of you are properly married. You are blessed with children, and both of you have right to stay together and take care of the children. And even if you are going, you go back to the house, you carry your things and go, both of you will still sign that none of you will lay hand on each other. Nobody will instigate any form of violence. If you want to see your children and you go there to see your children, or you call your children to see you, let them see you. Don't beat her. Don't touch him. Don't stone him. Don't use any word. If he record any of your insultive words to this office, then we'll take it up with you. You go back home. If both of you decided to love each other back, fine. That is our prayer for you. But the children need her to watch over them. The children need you to watch over you. And both of you will sign not to engage yourself in any violence that will lead to the abuse, the emotional abuse of the kids in the nearest future, or even now, or what people have been doing. So if you have gotten a girlfriend, you want to go and live with your girlfriend, be rest assured, it is your responsibility to take care of your children. Don't give her money for her hair if you choose. But she's your responsibility because she's your wife. But because she's doing business, she wants to take care of herself, feed your children, pay your children house rent, and pay their school fees. That's all. We don't have any problem with you. If you want to friend and fly to the moon and have all the girlfriend, and you are comfortable with that, there is no problem. But don't drive her out of the house. She have right to be in that house. Give me undertaking. Good afternoon, your name and where you are calling from. Hello?
Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Godfrey. I'm calling from Lekki.
Go ahead now.
Concerning these both couples, first of all, I would like to say they are actually disgracing themselves, and that is very bad. Because if their children happen to see the way and manner their parents are exchanging words on air, I don't think any of them will even be ready to get married. If before I got married, I happen to see this couple, I might think this is how marriage is, which is completely a bad thing to even imagine. The man, you are a man. You shouldn't always listen to what women say, and you shouldn't always be listening to third parties. In a marriage, if you and your wife cannot make peace, there is nothing a third party can do. Because now, President is now telling you cannot leave your home, and you're insinuating that yes, you will go and pack your load and leave. What example are you placing to your kids? And you're laying your hands to beat your wife. What example are you placing? Even your daughter can even beat her husband when she even gets married. Because at least she has seen the father do it several times. And you as the woman, there's one adage people say this, the woman needs to tame her tongue. Why not feel anger? Speak your mouth. You don't have to always talk at everything. In a situation whereby you find out that certain things are making you unhappy, try to get something to make you happy. Get yourself a walk. At least go outside, come back home. Even if the man does not see you, mind your own business. But you guys separating and so this one go this way, this one go this way. It will not solve anything. It will solve anything. No matter who is wrong, that is one thing about marriage. So many people have pride in marriage. I do not want to say I'm sorry because I'm the man, and I do not want to say I'm sorry because I'm the woman, so that my pride will not reduce. Your life, your marriage will end in shambles. It will end in shambles. The both of you should let down your guard. Apologize to each other, if not for anything, for the sake of those kids. Because their future lies in your hands. Anything you do now affects their future, so crying out loud. You are grown, you are old. Whatever best you want to do to yourself, do it to yourself. But at least for the sake of that children. I know one woman certain times, she said she cannot leave her marriage, even though the man was beating her, molesting her, doing everything. At the time the man got tired, but she sits there. Why? Because of her children. Mr. Man, stop driving your wife out. Stop driving her out. That house belongs to the both of you. It belongs to the both of you. And you people should try and take this your marriage into the hands of God. In case there's a woman cooking indomie for the man, or there's a man cooking indomie for the woman somewhere, and the both of them are behaving without knowing what they're doing, put your marriage in the hands of God. Humanly, you cannot do anything. Don't stop saying you're going to go home and pack your load and do this. You as the woman, or you as the man, if your children happen to get married and one day they have this with their husband or their wife, and they come back to the house because they have this, so you accommodate them. That's what you're trying to teach your children. Marriage is an institution. You never graduate from it. No matter how old you are, your age does not define your success in marriage. Okay, calm down, madam. Keep your tongue. Stop running your mouth unnecessarily and calm your temper. Try to organize yourself. You're a woman, for crying out loud. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
We welcome your last call. Bring a plain letterhead paper, photocopy of letterhead paper. Okay, while we are still waiting for the undertaking, let's take another call. Good afternoon, your name and where you are calling from. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Please, can I get bottle water?
You can send them. I will call somebody to send them to guys. Your name and where you are calling from.
Please, ma.
Good evening.
I'm calling from this customer.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, ma, can I ask that man question?
Oga, face me here. Yeah, you can ask me. Mr.
Okay,
Ogene,
I don't know if you're hearing me. Sir,
I'm hearing
please,
you.
please, sir, what do you think that your wife should do so as to peace to be running in your home? Please.
Are you hearing me?
So what do you think your wife can
Hello?
do for peace
That's
to
what
reign
I'm
in the
asking
house?
him.
He's
He's hearing me.
He's hearing you.
Are
Yeah.
you hearing me?
I can't hear you, sir.
Are you hearing me?
You need to understand. Me, you are a man. Me, I'm calling you now. I'm a married man.
Let's also say
And
how.
if I tell my marriage is not up to your own. So you don't even know your own for any way. But I'm telling you out of experience because I was brought up under a woman, a married man and woman, and I learned something from them. You understand? As a man, the man in the family is like God. You are the God over your wife and your children. As a man, the person you submit to is God in heaven that created us, both man and woman. So you cannot tell me that you have never offended God for any way and any way. You have to forgive your wife, number one, because Bible says that who in love is a fight. That means when we offend God, He will show us that we are offending Him, but He will not forgive us as a man. Now, your wife has offended in any way, maybe in her manner of her speech, or maybe in someone that lacks, or someone that always likes to make trouble where there's no trouble. You have to put you under that.
My brother, this sermon done too much. I have that. This is weekend. I need other thing to attend to. This call is too much. You don't do. Make we have other right. Yes. Hold on. Sit there. I'll bring it for you. You write here your name, your address, your telephone number. You write letter of undertaking that you maintain peace and harmony with the woman, even though she's returning to the house. If you choose to leave the house, each time you are coming to the house to see your children, everybody must maintain peace and you take care of the children, your responsibility of the kids, their well-being, and the house rent. Take. The irony of some of you men living with women, marrying women after how many years after you don't take all the nutrients from the woman finish, one day you wake up say go out of my house. As far as you marry this person properly, issues should be resolved in a matured way, other than asking somebody go out of my house. The house belongs to you and your wife, because it's marriage. You find a way to resolve it. If you don't find a way to resolve it, you follow due process. You chase somebody to the street, you don't mind if the person is sleeping on the road, you don't mind if the person is sleeping in a gutter, you don't mind where the person is going to end her life, if whatever. You don't mind the risk of you chasing the person. All you know, go out of my house. Even when the woman did not commit abomination, my house I'm paying for. My house I'm paying for. If I not pay for the house for you by before. No one marriage make na leave women stay for house. Carry yourself comot leave the house. Make she stay with the children, take care of them. Na to chase them to the street. And if you are going that house, your character must change as a housewife, because the way you are talking, nothing they say in this house, nothing the man has said that you admit to. Everything is the one. Everything is the one. I don't see where a man will see an obedient wife and he will leave the wife and begin to look for somebody else. You only dey your body. But they ask like when they deny, you see that they carry work on the eye, they weigh the man, they look him, they turn your eye. You want to be in a marriage, but you don't want to respect who you are calling husband. You want to be wife, you want to be husband. If you are staying there for your children, you behave yourself. Not go there, go and be constituting another nuisance in the environment up and down. Please wear the big two undertaking. This big two. You show stubbornness, they talk to your husband in presence of your children, they stone husband in presence of your children in this modern life. And you expect such person to come and stay, and you and him will stay in one house, stoning person. If the families are not against it, the brother that is asking you to go and meet him, I beg him, why can't he just carry you and come and talk to the brother? Does that mean the man is too callous that he cannot respect nobody? Why can't you go and beg your mother-in-law and talk to your mother-in-law to talk to the son? You want to do it in your own way. You offend your mother-in-law, you offend your husband, you cannot make peace. You are still stoning after you come back from the village that they say you fought your mother-in-law, fought your second in marriage.
He's the one that throw hammer at me. That's why I throw stone. And he's the one. I got money to you. Let's come down.
Make only you go dey throw yourself stone now. Anytime you calm down for him, you go and lead the family. Let them beg their brother to come back. You threaten somebody, do you know threaten, I will kill you. Is it an easy thing? Some of you be angry, you talk what is not necessary. As I throwing stone, he also throws stone. Both of you started throwing stone and the stone hit any of the child or break your head. Then you come to the public and say he's the one that threw hammer on me and he throws stone. He come immediately look for hammer and be throwing on you. If you not include the household, they are living there. The children are there. She's not there for you. She's there for the children. Anytime people decide to whatever. How old is the last child? 13 years. They stay there very soon. If you no work out, you will move on to life. You cannot keep begging people to be married. When you're in marriage, if the marriage is important to you, you try to work it out. Not every day will beg you, please, no go say your marriage, as if the marriage na me the favor. The day your marriage na me the favor. Now come my office because they stress me, they give me headache. We no ask you to go to the house now. Say husband no dey house now. Make any man no visit you for that house. I hope you know you are married. We're only looking for an avenue for how to resolve the matter. Hold it, write it. So you're staying there, stay there, take care of your children, respect your husband. You are not going to insult him. You are not going to abuse him. You are not going to engage him in any form of violence. Okay? Let me write it so that I'll read it for him and her and she will sign because I don't believe she's well enough. Let me write what I say. Then I'll read it to her. She can listen. She can't write it. Try. I'm the one that said it. Please help me write it here. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Give now. I dey talk to beg person. I'm not giving. Give me. Make I give and I him at the beg. Well, it's very easy to marry somebody that is educated. You say things you should never confront you whether in that house or on the road anywhere with violence, no abusive words. And she will be in that house to train the children with good manner. And she not engage in any extramarital affair in that house as she's there. Pending when you could come back or you could divorce. For our singles platform, men dey look for good wife, women dey look for good husband. Now when married for how many years refuse to understand myself and make each other good.
What is your number?
What's your telephone number? Do you change your number? Okay, you get busy, but you know be small. My wife for 20 years now, they ask what's your number. Did she change her number?
Sorry, I'm not ready. I'm not ready the body. I know address and phone number.
I will still employ you. After I finish your for security work 4 o'clock, you go resume here. That's what I will do. I'm going to employ you now. After you close security work 4 o'clock, you will resume here before you finally close.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. And henceforth she undertake to maintain peace with you, not to confront you with abusive words, attack, physical attack, or in any way embarrass you in presence of the children or in public. You should stay there to train the children with a good manner, and also you should not involve in any extramarital affair as far as she still remain in the marriage and in that house. Madam, whether oga agree now or you no agree now, for the fact that we have also traced area where you have confessed or agreed that you were stoning the man as your husband, come what may, you did not dodge his hammer and close door as our great grandparents used to do, and you want to be the modern wife. Help us beg the husband, apologize to your husband. Carry the microphone.
He's the one that used to carry that man for that.
Take it. Madam, take it.
I would like to maintain peace with THIMOTHY, that I will stay in the house to train my children, not to engage in extramarital affair.
Did we talk of the violent aspect? Should not confront you with any abusive word, attack, or using any hard object. Engage you in any violence. You say what? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, sir. Take it from him now. Use the hand sanitizer. Take, sign it. Give back to it.
She said she begged you. Come now.
Come, where is the... Come, have you signed? Where is your... Come, excuse me. Come, please. Where is your undertaker? Did I give you any paper? This one. It's okay. Mother, thank you viewers for being with us. Kindly follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center. Visit our website on www.socialadvocacy.org.ng. Thank you.